Well, it's the first really hot day of summer, and I wanted to share with you one of my summer routines. And really, it's a winter routine too. I just don't do it very much in the spring and fall. But anytime my hair is looking brassy and broken and dry, I like to do a hair oiling routine. I do it about once a month in the summer and winter. But I do it on the day that I've had a massage because usually my hair looks pretty greasy from all the massage oil. My masseuse uses coconut oil to massage me, and usually there's a good deal of coconut oil left in my hair afterward. So I've already got a head start, and so I figure I will just go ahead and finish the job and do the rest of the day in hair oiling and moisturizing routine. So there are a few different oils that I use for this. The classic kind of age-old oil for your hair is olive oil, and that's just because that's what they used in the ancient days, and so it's still something that you can use if you have a really good quality extra virgin olive oil. But I really like jojoba oil. I have 3 examples of 3 different brands that I really like for oils. This one is Desert Essence, but it's got the Trader Joe's label, which is definitely the cheapest out of all these options. And this bottle is just about $7.99 at Trader Joe's. Super good deal for jojoba oil. I also like hemp seed oil because it does have protein in it, and protein is what our hair is made out of. So this is Acacia. That's another good brand if you're looking for essential oils and carrier oils, which this is considered to be a carrier oil. And then my favorite brand of essential oils and carrier oils, of course, is Mountain Rose Herbs, and this is their pomegranate seed oil, which I also like to use for my hair treatments as well. So today I'm going to use the hemp oil, and one of the main things to remember when you're doing a hair oiling routine is that you don't want to get it on your nice clothes, especially cotton clothes. So I wear a lot of cotton and linen, which these pants are linen, and I definitely don't want to get oil on them because that can stain cotton and linen fibers. I would wear something that has either rayon or polyester. It's a lot easier to wash oil out of those fibers as they are synthetic. So I have a rayon shirt on today, and I'm gonna cover the rest of myself with my little facial gown, which I showed you in my last video. I'm really excited to use. Okay, so I'm all dressed and ready for my hair oiling. But first I want to talk about kind of some of the reasons for putting oil in your hair. It's kind of scary, I think, at first. When I was young, we had, I think, commercials from L'Oreal maybe that advertised a hot oil treatment for your hair. And I thought that was so gross. Why would you put oil in your hair? Just imagine like the drippy greasiness of it. And I didn't associate oil as being a healthy thing at that time. But nowadays I do, as I've learned about skincare and detox. If I had to have just one beauty product, I probably would make it jojoba oil because it does so much. It cleans your skin, it moisturizes your skin, and it conditions your hair. And especially jojoba oil for the skin is really, really similar to our natural skin sebum, the oil that we produce ourselves out of our own glands. So hemp seed oil is also pretty similar to that. It's very fatty and it's got that nice protein element, and so I'm going for the protein today because my hair has been a little bit damaged lately. I think I've been wearing too tight of elastics or something because I've had a lot of breakage up here. And it's just getting really hot and steamy, and I've been out in the sun gardening a lot, so I want to make sure and pamper my hair, and oil is a great way to do that. It restores moisture, and I don't just do oil on my scalp in this case. I do oil throughout my entire head of hair. And this is just a pure oil. I'm not putting any essential oils in this mixture. You could put a little argan oil. That's considered to be really healthy for the hair too, but it's really expensive. So I'm just going to do the pure hemp seed oil today. And I'm just going to administer it in small amounts so that I don't spill, because I don't like messes, and oil is definitely not the neatest thing to deal with. So I'm just going to do about a teaspoonful at a time. And I'm actually going to start with the ends of my hair. The ends of my hair are much thinner than the top of my hair, so it's easier to see that the ends are covered and fully soaked with oil. You can use a comb if you want to make sure your coverage is as thorough and even. I like to just use my fingers and kind of run my fingers through my hair as I'm going. My hair is very thin though, so if you have thicker hair, you'll probably want to use a comb and probably a nice wide tooth comb. Now this hemp oil is going to be good for my scalp as well, so I'm not going to avoid putting it on my scalp. But the main reason for doing this is for your actual strands of hair to be covered. And I mentioned before that L'Oreal had a hot oil treatment for hair, and so you may wonder if there's a need for any temperature. And my experience, there isn't. I would not use a blow dryer, for example, or I would not heat the oil up. Oil can go rancid when it's heated, and I'm going to be leaving this on until I go to bed, so I don't want it to go rancid. So I'm just going to let the natural heat of my body and my scalp keep it warm. And it's a warm day out, so shouldn't have any trouble. If it's winter time and your oil is really cold, then I would warm it up a little bit, just in a double boiler. But I would never put any oil like in the microwave to warm it or anything like that. So the amount of oil that you'll need will vary drastically depending on the amount of hair that you have. Like I said, my hair is really thin, so you can see after just about 6 teaspoons, I'm almost getting to the point where I have complete coverage. I'm gonna flip around and do the other side. Hemp oil is really green when it comes out of the bottle, so you can really see the polyphenols in it, and I really like that. That's why I like this for a hair treatment. I like to see the plant protein and polyphenols going into my hair, and that's why olive oil is also kind of famous for hair treatments as well. It's got that green pigment, which indicates it's got all of those plant phenols. They're like vitamins for your hair. So I've maybe lost like 20 hairs in the process of doing this, so it's pretty similar to the amount of hair that you'll lose while you're shampooing and conditioning, especially if you only wash your hair once a week like I do. As I've gotten older, I have started to wash my hair less frequently as my oil glands on my scalp are much less productive. So I'm not going to drench it. I don't want it to be dripping wet with oil. I'm just going to make sure that the strands are coated and feeling pretty saturated. All right, so the next step is wrapping it, and I wrap it with something like this facial gown that I'm wearing that is made of polyester, again, so that it's not going to stain my beautiful organic cotton towels. You could get oil stains on those and they will be really hard to get out. So let me go grab my head wrap and I'll show you how I use that. Okay, so you may have some problem areas in your hair. My problem areas are the ends. They get really dry, and this area around the crown of my head. So I just want to make sure and really massage the oil all the way through these two areas and inspect it to see that it is fully covered, that there's no dry spots. And like I said, it shouldn't be dripping wet with oil. It just needs to be fully wet with oil. All right, so I have my matching hair wrap here, and I'm going to flip my hair over and wrap it up. This wrap is secured in place by this little elastic band, and there's a button on the back that I can fasten it to. And now I can keep this on for the rest of the day as I go about my business. And I love this hair wrap because it really does keep everything in place. I don't have to worry about it falling down like as if it was a towel. It's really fastened securely, and you can just use a clip, a hair clip, if you don't have a wrap that fastens securely. But use kind of a light towel so that your hair can stay kind of tightly wrapped and so that the heat can come through from your head. And I would say the least amount of time to leave this oil in your hair would be 2 to 3 hours. There's really no point in going to all the trouble of oiling your hair if you're just gonna wash it right out again. It really needs to stay in, kind of like a conditioner. It has to stay in for a while to take effect and to have that really beautiful, plump and conditioned effect on each strand of hair. And so you could even sleep with it overnight. I don't like sleeping with this on my head, and it would probably fall off about 20 times in the process of tossing and turning. So I don't do that. Some people do, but I just do it during the day after I've had a massage. So at least 3 hours. I'll probably keep this on for about 5 hours, maybe 6 hours until I'm ready for bed, and then I'll take a shower. And when you shower, just do your regular shampooing routine. I actually like to keep some of the oil in long term. So I shampoo, and if it still feels a little greasy afterward, as long as it's not so greasy that it's gonna like stain my pillowcase, I will leave it a little greasy on the second day and then shower again and shampoo it again on the second day at some point during the day. Because I just don't like to put a lot of soap on my scalp all at once. It's super drying to put shampoo on your scalp. And so I like to kind of gradually come out of the process of the oiling routine and make sure that my hair isn't shocked by all that soap in the process. So that's it. It's a really simple routine. It's something you can do anytime your hair is starting to look brassy or frizzy or broken or just dry. It can add a lot of life and make your hair just lay very nicely, kind of like conditioner does. It really tames all the frizzy brassiness of your hair if it's getting tired or dry or just beat up by the weather or by your curling iron or your blow dryer. Anything you do that's harsh that gets to your hair, or even the chemicals and pollutants in the air, those have an effect on our hair too. So be sure to do this about once a month in the summer and in the winter if your hair is suffering, and you'll notice a huge difference. Women have been doing this to their hair for centuries. It is a beautiful routine and tradition that you can carry on and show your own daughters how to take care of their hair. And I hope that you make it a part of your monthly routines and rituals. And I will see you in my next video, which will not be about hair care. Bye-bye.